Hey, is this thing on?
It better be, because it's time for Talkin' Real with Jay and Shay, right here on Love 860 WAEC. Now, you can definitely tell who is who. See, Shay, she's the smart one. And Jay, well, he's the one that always has his lip stuck out.
This is not gonna go well for you, bro.
Call in live with your comments and questions, 404-355-8699. That's 404-355-8699. Now, let's talk real with Jay and Shay.
Good evening, Atlanta. Welcome back to the Jay and Shay Show. I'm Jay.
And I'm Shay.
Yeah, like we didn't know that, but yes.
Oh, you gonna start already?
We gonna start this show off
really
like how I feel. We're gonna start it off crunked up, excited,
so
because it's been a lot been going on, and we need to talk about some things.
But you getting all crunk early with me earlier. All I did was say it's just sweet little me.
Right about now?
No. I just said it's just sweet little me. It's just Shay.
Really?
Not bothering anybody, not doing anything.
You act like it's a solo type thing. Well, C. Davis is going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, he listening in this car because, what, you late again?
It's okay. At least I need somebody to help me up in here.
All I got to tell you is that he in that ATL traffic.
I need some help.
Well,
help me, Jesus, because this one right here.
You need some help.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You starting already?
Yes, I am.
It's not even 7:01.
It's okay though.
Anyway,
okay.
How was your week?
My week was good.
Lies.
It's gonna be lies, really?
Lies. You said your week was good, and I happen to know that it's not.
Let me tell you something. To be able to come up in here after all I've been through, God is good.
Well, the Lord is good because He got
gets
me sitting next
through
to you,
them
but
rough
Jesus,
times, and it's not worth complaining about the things you've been through.
That's what you're going with?
Oh, yes. Don't complain. Not when He delivers you through. No, don't go back and start crying.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay,
I ain't gonna
know.
I ain't gonna go there right now.
Okay.
What I am gonna do?
What you gonna do? Because all I know is you're talking.
I know you ain't. I know you ain't even gonna go there.
You talking.
I'm just saying.
And you ain't saying nothing.
You know that wasn't rehearsed, right? Do you even hear what you say? But I'm going to leave it alone because, we have a serious conversation that we got to have.
Yes, but we're still going to have fun. We
always try to enjoy, but again.
We want to keep the energy still up?
We got to keep the energy up because we want to keep people enthused. So we got to keep that up, and I appreciate you for that. Yes, I do. But the topic, oh my goodness, the topic.
Ladies, I'm gonna need your help because this one, he done started already.
See, I have to go with what I really feel in me, and I like to talk to the youth.
Okay, better yet,
oh,
men
Lord.
Call on in.
Oh,
hey,
you trying to?
Better yet,
you trying to do something later on this evening or something?
Call in, men.
I mean, because you
404.
I mean, I noticed you got your hair done. You
699.
I mean, okay, but anyways.
Oh, you said I got my hair done. What?
You didn't notice?
No.
I mean, I know you did because you sat in that beauty chair to try to get there.
No, I did not. I have not. I have been working out this week because we are on a weight loss challenge.
Now, you know something.
And I ain't had no time to go to no beauty salon. No.
Okay. Well, I got to give it to you. I'm glad to see that you was able to stick
Work
to
it out.
your diet plan.
I ain't saying nothing about no diet now. I said I was eating better. I was eating healthier.
You eating better?
Not having a diet. Better. Cut out a little bread this week. That's hard.
Most diets are hard.
But anyway, I've been working it out.
Okay.
Zumba kicked my butt this week. Let me tell you something. Zumba kicked my booty. You can't do that but laugh.
That don't surprise me.
Oh, you was going to say something about my booty?
Yeah, I was going to say, it ain't much to kick. It ain't much.
I knew you was going to say something.
I mean, because you just said it.
See, no.
It kicked my booty.
I'm going to tell on you.
How you going to tell on me? You the one said it.
You just wait. You know.
See, Davis. You the comedian. This is not for me to be doing.
I'm tell mama on you. Anyway.
That wasn't even funny.
I'm just
really?
going to say I'm tell mama.
See, that's why I got to have a comedian up in here because I got to have somebody with some good jokes.
All I'm saying is
come in with that. Really?
Kick my booty. and let me tell you what. Shout out to the Concourse Athletic Club.
It's probably watching the video laughing right
Oh, my goodness.
She had a whole 4 pounds.
know what? Oh,
I'm just,
really?
hey, I don't know. I have no clue.
Don't act now.
I can't even act.
It in this
I have
week.
no idea. If you said you was, great.
You heard me calling you saying, look, ma'am, I'm on my way to the gym. Don't act. Don't act.
If you made it, I'm proud of you.
Oh, you know I made it.
All right.
You know I made
Stick with it. Stick with it.
Oh, Lord.
You ain't going to win the contest. You ain't going to win the contest.
Trust and believe. I'm on it. Doggone it.
But
nah.
I have something more I have to go back to, and that's the topic of the day.
I know. I know.
I
know
really
you
feel
stressed.
deeply for our young youths. And one of the compassions that I feel is communication to them. And again, I had several different shows, and I really feel like one of the things I wanted to pose today is I got officers calling in because of all the things that's happening out there right now. I want to make sure the youths understand exactly what to do, like the first time they ever get pulled over, because I can recall the first time I was pulled over, and times have changed. But I always respected the person behind the badge, even though I felt like the po-po do their thing. But I want to make sure the youth know exactly what to do, because the youths are important to me. When it comes to the young kids today, I really feel like I want to reach out to you. So parents, if you got your kids next to you, put them next to the radio, because I'm going to dedicate a couple hours to talk to them, and I'm going to bring some people on to see if we can educate and bring some understanding of what's going on out there, other than what we've been hearing. I got an officer that's going to be chiming in with me here shortly. And one of the things I want to make sure I'm talking about is making sure they keep their hands up in plain sight, turn the dome lights on inside the car,
okay,
and making sure that when they leave the house that they have their driver license and insurance on them, and make sure the parents asking them before they go out that they have these things. Because again, as easy as I thought before I even did this show that that's something all parents do, I don't want to take the chance on feeling like that's what the communication was, when I know for a fact I can recall myself that conversation. And I think conversation is very important, because the first time I was pulled over, I was very nervous and I didn't know really what to do. But I want to make sure people at least do the right things, because it's too much going wrong.
Okay, babe, but I want you to make sure we discuss it and talk about our new listeners. One, welcome to the Jay and Shay Show. If you want to reach out and see what we do, we are the Jay and Shay Show.com, the Jay and Shay Show.com. We deal with a lot of different relationships, love, sex, empowerment, and right now we are talking about some empowerment. We want you to call us at 404-355-8699. You can join us on the chat at our Facebook. Ask Jay He Knows is one of the groups, as well as on the Facebook, the Jay and Shay Show. But what I want to say is, for our new listeners, as well as our seasoned ones who've been with us since we've been on the radio, thank you so much. We see your comments.
Yes, definitely.
We get the feedback. Thank you so much for continuing to follow us. But I want to have a dialogue and to say why this was so important to you. Some people may not have heard what's going on the news. They may not be in that, they may not be in that world where they know what's going on. Most people are on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. They're not watching the WSB every night like we are and seeing the things that are happening. So let's talk about what you are talking about. What has caused this stir today?
I tell you what, I'm glad you said that. But I got an officer that's on for me right now.
I get
and
that.
I need to get him on. But I want to have somebody to give some insight to what's all going on from their side. And then again, I'm going to get some more people.
I get that, but I want to discuss why we're discussing. We can't just run
because
right
we
there.
care about the kids.
Right.
Number one thing is there's a lot of shootings going on right now.
Thank you. That's what I want you to say.
Okay, I understand what you want.
Right.
But that's why I'm getting this officer on the air. For they don't just hear from me. I'm going to bring in a round table towards the end. But what I really want right now is that communication from others, because I care. And I don't want it just coming from me, but I want it to come from others, because I care enough to make this show impactful to the young youth.
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. But what I was trying to say, honey, is what we want to say is what has happened. What's caused us to do this is the impactfulness.
I don't want to put a whole lot of this show in the negative light of all what's going on in the media right now. I want to give empowerment to what they can do to better. I can talk about that all day long. You can look on the news right now and see it.
Right.
I want to do something that's a little bit more encouraging.
So you don't want to talk about what has happened, the reason why
just to repeat what already has been said.
Is
what's been going on. That's what's going to make everybody else continue to do the same. I want something different. That's why I feel empowered to do something different. What you're doing is what everybody else is doing, and I don't think that's what's going to get us to change.
I got
it's the communication.
But you got to be able to tell the people why we're doing this.
That's why I'm about to get somebody on the air right now to do that.
All right.
Can I get Carlos on?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, Carlos.
Hey, Jay. What's up?
Hi, Carlos. How are you? Well,
hey, Jay, how are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in. Like I was expressing to Jay, I know he has a passion. We both have a passion for youth. And we thank you for joining the show today. There is a lot of things going on out here in the community, not just here in Atlanta, but in United States, period, that's definitely happening with our youth. And we want to be able to empower them and tell them exactly what needs to happen. What do you want to share with us, Carlos?
Well, one thing I will share is that from being a cop in Metro Atlanta, there are some things that I have experienced as a cop and things that I have experienced as a young male myself, even before I got into law enforcement. And there are things that I picked up as I was a cop, and that I like to tell people, especially young guys, because right now I have 6 or 7, nephews between the ages of 16 and 25. I mean, that same age range, which is actually involved in most of these things right now, And one thing I would tell people is that I will start with I will say, and I know this is a very, very serious subject and touchy, especially from coming from a cop. So one thing I would like to share is that I would say from a traffic stop standpoint, these are the things that I've experienced, when I would come in contact with teens on traffic stops, it seems as if they have a natural disdain for cops. And a lot of times when I will make traffic stops, my intentions are already to just educate them on, the reason why I pulled you over, whether it be a seatbelt violation or making the wrong turn. And when you walk to the car, you get this hostility just right off the bat, and a lot of cops would have an aggressive nature right off the bat when the person that's driving becomes aggressive verbally. I think what a lot of the teens have to do is these things, and a lot of things I've learned as a cop now that would make me a better cop is learn from those things too. One example is, and guys forgive me because I can get on the soapbox talking about this. All right, so stop me if you think I'm getting a little too long-winded. But a lot of times, the hostility will come when they see a uniform. And I think that comes from a lot of cops that tend to not care about the community that's just there to lock people up. And you do have that out there. You have that. You have officers who's just out there to put people in jail. And a lot of cops forget that they are public servants. So it comes from both sides. And I think one of the things that teenagers need to understand, or teens, period, or young adults need to understand, especially black males, is you have to be calm and you can't just readily be aggressive because you had a run-in with a bad cop. One thing I'd like to share with you guys, if you have an issue with an officer, report it. Don't try to handle it on the scene when you encounter a cop. It's going to turn bad because the cop feels, I'm a cop, I have a badge. You're supposed to listen to what I'm saying. And
I'm glad you said that because that's exactly how a lot of times we feel, that we don't have no say.
Right. And a lot of times you won't have a say at that point when that cop is talking because they feel that I'm the cop. You're supposed to listen to me. And what we have to understand, I'm not just going to say teens, all of us, what we have to understand is the fact that they may have the upper hand at that point. So especially when we know that we're not doing anything wrong, sit back and listen to them. And if you feel if that cop is doing something wrong, you can request a supervisor right then. And the supervisor is supposed to show up at that scene. At the same time, you have to keep a cool head. You can't give him any reason to feel that you're hiding something.
Now, I'm glad you said that, hiding something. Can you give a couple examples of when you walk up on a young teen that made you kind of nervous for we can make sure that the people, not just teens, so let's just get that.
Yeah.
What the public need to know how to conduct themselves to make you a little bit more calm, where I don't make you nervous and aggressive and putting your hand on your gun.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Glad you led into that. Now, when I spoke, I worked 11 nights, 7 in the morning. And a lot of times, before I roll call, we get information on robberies and things that occurred. And sometimes, you get vague descriptions. A lot you get vague descriptions. So when you walk into a car, you never know what that individual of that person you pulling over for a tag light out or a headlight out. Your mindset is, okay, I'm pulling this car over because his headlight is out. But it's still the same at the same time. In your mind, I don't know what this stop makes, what may transpire. When I would get out to a car at night, I walk to a car. If you can see through the car, you see people moving around inside of the vehicle. Okay, right there, my antennas go up. When you see brake lights still on the car, because when you tell someone to stop, the brake light's still on, that means the car is still running and they have the foot on the brake and they might take off on you. Not to mention, in all survival skills, you're hearing a lot about cops that were shot on the side of roads and you see these things happen. So all of this is in the back of your head at the same time. This is a citizen. I have to still be professional. At the same time, I have to have my antennas up. So you walk to a car and see driver's license and insurance, please. A lot of times people are going to turn and say, what you stopped me for? And let me elaborate on that part right quick. This is where the officer can be in control of the traffic stop. Because, Jay and Shay, if you guys have been pulled over and an officer, you ever asked an officer why you pulled me over?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
How does the officer respond to you when you ask that question?
It depends on if I'm crying right then.
Oh, Lord. Now, she's telling the truth. I'm just saying.
I'm so serious. I have called Jay, and I have started crying as soon as I get pulled over. So it just depends on.
And I be hollering on the phone, be like, yo, get her. Get her. She knows she was wrong.
No, he has seen me break down and cry in a heartbeat because, and I don't do anything wrong. I'm not, a felon or something,
Yeah,
but I'm
right.
automatically nervous because my parents pretty much taught me to be nervous of the police pulling you over.
And see, that's another problem that we have. You mentioned that your parents taught you to be nervous.
Yes.
Why?
My parents told us, be nervous of the police because you don't know what's going to happen to you. Now, mind you, I'm a little older, so my parents were a little older, and like we shared on the station a couple of weeks ago, my grandfather was involved in Bloody Sunday. So, he came from a different era, but that's who raised me. So they taught me to be nervous of the cop because at that time, cops was kind of, rough to them. They pretty much had secret stuff being done to them.
And because of the fact that you are nervous
right.
of them, that's why I want you on the air right now to see what we can do to alleviate some of the nervousness, where we can actually talk about the process of what really needs to go down, to see if we can stop some of this senseless.
Now, what needs to go down is it has to happen on both sides, police officers and citizens. But I want to get back, if I jump off that subject right quick, I want to get that cleared up. But when you go to you ask the cop, why did you stop me? A lot of cops felt because I felt, why are you questioning me?
Right.
So now the cop feels, why are you questioning me? I pulled you over. You need to just stop and listen to what I'm saying.
Right.
Now, how that changes is I learned from one of the veteran officers who I work with is when you walk up to a car, my name is Officer so-and-so. I'm working for so-and-so department. The reason why I pulled you over is because of this. If I see driver's license and registrations, please.
All right.
Right then, You told them who you were, you told them who you worked for, and you told them why you pulled you over. And you gave a directive to give me something. So therefore, you don't have to ask me why I pulled you over. I just told you. So that right there controls traffic stop from the cop standpoint, because now this person doesn't have to ask you, why'd you pull me over? Now you've told them. A lot of times, most people know why they get pulled over, whether they have an expired tag, light out, tail light out, or whatever. Most people know. To this day, when the cop gets behind me, I still get nervous. I do. And I carry a firearm. So especially at night, when I'm pulled over at night, for whatever reason, I'll go to the traffic stop, I turn my dome light on, and I put both hands on the steering wheel.
There you go.
That's
right
what
we really want to hear.
But we hate to stop you, Carlos, but we're going to have to take a break real quick. If you just hold tight with us, I've got a couple of questions I want to ask you real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Give us a call, 404-355-8699. We want to hear from you. This is the Jay and Shay Show on Love 860.
Definitely stay with us. This is a serious topic, but this is something that's definitely...
What's happening, baby? I sell Brazilian hair. It's the place to be if you're looking for top-of-the-line quality for a price that's guaranteed to fit your budget. My homeboy here got the hookup, I say. One thing about I sell Brazilian hair is we always got hair on hand, so you ain't never got to worry about not being able to purchase some. One thing about this hair, there is absolutely no shedding, people. Look here, we selling hair so good and cheap, they want to put it on the menu at McDonald's. Y'all gonna be like, yo, let me get a Big Mac combo and order that Malaysian deep wave, I say. We got $75 a bundle for 18 to 28 inches, and anything under 18 inches is cheaper. We got all kind of hair, man. I sell Brazilian hair, even offer financing, baby. Now where they do that at? Right here at 4910 Buena Vista Road, Suite B, or call us at 706-593-4323. If you don't feel like dialing out them numbers, man, *1 hair. I sell Brazilian hair. We love making our people look good.
We got Harold Casino. That trip is tomorrow. And I don't know if y'all been up there to Cherokee, but it is a trip that I'm telling you, with them guys, it's a great time. From 12 to 12. It's a one-day trip. And again, I don't gamble a lot myself, but I will say there's a lot of lucky people that can go up there and come back rich.
Next to you. Let me tell you about it. You better hit it with me. You better go with me. You will win.
But that is definitely going on tomorrow.
I can guarantee you that. And these chests, they take on some. They hit the slot.
See, Davis in the building.
Why I walk in, we talking about chess.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Chess and gambling.
That's where I put my money at when I win it. Because I get
dollars or change. What you
what you saw me pull out last week?
Yeah, you right.
All right, say it.
Did you just snap?
Yes, you did.
You don't do that when them cops pull you over, though, do you?
Did you hear me? I get crying.
We got Carlos still
on.
Carlos, you still
here?
What's the question you have for Carlos?
Listen. Okay, you make a good point, and that is what we are taught is what our parents taught us. So, one thing, even with trying to establish and give people the information about what to do when a cop, and you are 100% correct. If somebody came to me and say, "What you doing something for me for?" I'm automatically on my antennas. I'm easy, I'm easy to be alert. But if you're the police officer and you're coming to me and you come to me in a grously way, you know why I pulled you over, and I'm boo-hooing, now you got another situation. But I like what you said. Put your hands on the steering wheel, turn the dome on, because you don't know whether I have my gun in the glove box, which I usually do, but I'm licensed to carry. So I don't even get a chance to tell you that because I'm too busy crying. But we have to get the word out. And what I realize is that my daughter is over 20. She doesn't really like me saying her age at this point. Tomorrow is her birthday. Happy birthday, Lexi. But she's over a certain 1992. She's 23.
Yes,
but anyway,
when she wasted all that.
I just messed it up, right? Snitch. Don't kill me, Lexi. But anyway, when she gets pulled over for anything, she's on the phone with me and she is bawling. You know why she bawling? Because when I say she's crying and bawling and upset, because that's what she saw me do. She saw me when the police stopped me and I'm crying. Now when she gets stopped for any particular reason, and usually it's because she's driving too slow, she gets pulled over.
Buy a faster car.
You're right. You're right. Parents do teach you.
Right.
My mom, when she used to get stopped over by
cried.
police, she showed cleavage. So
Right.
that's what I do.
And
Every time I get stopped by police.
Man titties?
Man, it's called man breast, sir.
That does work once I finish crying, Carlos. That does work. Putting my breasts out there.
That don't work.
I
Carlos, that doesn't work no more. It does it, brother.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. When you cry and you show me cleavage, that means you're definitely going to get a ticket.
What district is this? Is this DeKalb County? Because I will make sure I know.
What's this Holly Berry, boss? Holly Berry.
It works.
Holly Berry getting a
I
ticket.
promise you, I haven't had no ticket.
Carlos, Holly Berry getting a ticket.
Well, how did I get a ticket?
See, he had to stutter.
Right. He said now he ain't just going by cleavage, he go by looks.
Yeah, what were we talking about before the break? I'm sorry.
See, he said he forgot all about it. He said Holly Berry.
Hey man, can we get some do's and don'ts, man? How about that? Let's make it real plain to the people. Can we get some do's and don'ts when you get stopped over?
One of the most important and things you think they're common sense, but we all know now there's no common sense is not that common. If you're leaving your house and you was in your house, this is for anybody, leaving your house, you just smoked a joint or so, and it's still in your clothes.
Dang.
Don't drive your damn car.
Oh, dang.
I mean, it's just that's like one of the common sense things because I go up to cars, they roll the window down, and you can just still smell it come off the clothes. I'm like, really? So when I was at home, I was doing it at home. See, now it gives me or either another cop reason to search your vehicle, and you probably just did do it at home, but it's in your clothes and I can smell it. Another thing too, don't have a friend in your vehicle who just did the same thing, or have a friend in your vehicle who really have a complete disdain for a cop, and you pull him over, and he starts running his mouth. I mean, and know who you have in your car. More important.
Now that's another thing.
So we got to do a background check.
Right.
Before you leave.
For real.
Now, I'm sorry, you have to be aware of who's in your car.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just make sure that you know your friends. Please pick your audience. Know who you have in your vehicle, because a lot of times that person who you a friend in the neighborhood or a relative you haven't seen in a while. Now you're around with him, supposed to pull you over. This person jumps out and runs. You don't even know. Okay, what in the world just happened? And now you're stuck.
So like in Harlem Nights when Sunshine was in the car. And she got pulled over, and he didn't know that it was the heroin lady,
Heroin queen, yeah.
the heroin queen, and then he got his
Lady Heroin.
Yeah, Lady Heroin.
Lady Heroin.
Yeah.
And it's the same concept. You just have to be careful when you have a vehicle. But definitely when the car pulls you over, first and foremost, comply. Have your license on you. Have your hands on, especially at night. Have your hands on the steering wheel. Have your window down. Have your window down. And turn your dome light on. You have a dome light. It's when that happens too. It makes it puts the officer himself at ease. It puts the female or male officer at ease themselves, because now they see, okay, I'm walking to this car at night. Because my whole thing is when I pull the car at night, 2:00 in the morning, I was a different cop. Now I pull cars over because I had probable cause. This is something I've been watching for a week or 2 days or so. So I had probable cause for something more than just a traffic stop, especially 7 o'clock in the morning, 11 at night, 7 in the morning. Walk into a car, you see this person has the door light on, they have either hands on the steering wheel, and you can see through that car. That it puts that officer at a mind to the point where this person have to put their hand on their gun and don't make certain moves. If you have a gun or if you have something in the glove compartment. That was my
next question. What do you tell the officer right away that you're licensed to carry and you have your gun in your glove box, or even if you're not licensed to carry and you can carry it? What's the situation?
If they're asking you to step out of the vehicle for whatever reason, you tell them, I have a weapon in the car.
Okay.
You tell them that first. But if you're sitting there, you can tell them that. I mean, you can tell them, I am a concealed weapons holder, I have a weapon in the car. But, if it's just a regular ticket, they're not going to care because they're not going to ask you to do anything.
But will you get in trouble if you don't tell them?
No. In your car, you can have a firearm in your car without a license, but it has to be in plain view on the glove compartment.
Okay.
But but no, it's always good to give them too much information.
Okay.
You got it. Well, Carlos, you know me. I appreciate you as always. I got another one coming in right behind you.
Okay.
So, again, if you get time, because I know you got something to do, if you get a chance to call back in, because, again, we like to do a little group, small discussion. If you can, definitely do it with me.
Thank you so much, Carlos, for calling in.
Thank
We really
you.
appreciate
Great advice,
you.
man, and I really appreciate you.
And thank you for being out there in our community serving us.
Yeah, cause I got a couple tickets, man. I need to
get involved in your law enforcement. Get involved in your community.
Again, was that
go to
the
these
cab
police
coming?
precinct and go to these community meetings as well. All right.
They trying to get out of a ticket.
Right.
He ain't no cop no more.
You have something in
A
the
few.
cab? Do
A
you
few.
have in the cab?
Carlos in the bed.
Okay, we got, all right, Carlos. We got
Right.
J.R. Brown.
Yes,
J.R. Brown, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. How are you?
We're doing excellent.
Hey, JR. How you doing? I like that voice.
I feel funny calling him by their first
Oh,
name. Am I
sorry,
supposed to call him
JR.
Officer
Oh, right.
Brown?
Officer Brown?
Is it? Are we supposed to call you Officer Brown? Is that how that works, sir?
Just JR.
Oh, just JR.
He said he off. He off.
Yeah, he
the
off.
clock.
He
off
off.
the clock.
Well, J.R., can you give us a little bit more insight?
Yeah. What Carlos said before was 100% right. And keeping your interior light on. Keeping your hands on the steering wheel. But it seems like people of color, for me, we're the only ones that seem to be the ones that have to do it. But
I'm glad you said it. Bro.
yeah,
I'm glad you said it.
I went.
Snap.
But
You're going to take it there.
another thing that people fail to realize is that prison is big business in our country.
Absolutely.
Show no.
Oh,
One of the top.
When you have a business, you have to have a product. Well, that product happens to be prisoners, which they want to be us. So when you go out hunting for ducks, you come back with ducks, not elephants. So, we're being hunted, whether people want to believe it or not. We're pulled over at an alarming rate.
Very.
And, we make up 13% of the population, but you're making up 80 or 90% of the cost of the summonses.
I'm going to call you Bishop. Bishop
Bishop
Brown.
Brown.
He's preaching.
Into the New Jersey State Troopers, maybe about 15, 20 years ago, where they actually had a memo out that told them if they saw two or more black males in a vehicle, and especially if they saw them with an ethnic flag hanging on their rearview mirror,
Shut up.
that was definitely a pullover. And each time they pulled those vehicles over, there would be a vehicle search. So we are being hunted, and it's really not fair about these things that happen to us and only us. And I'm glad to see that there are some changes that are coming about now, where the feds are getting involved and they're holding some of these police departments accountable for their actions. And I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah, I think we need somebody policing the police. I know they got internal affairs, but I need some. I think I need an outside company policing the police.
Absolutely. Man. I mean, how are you going to investigate yourself?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Clear yourself 100% of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I investigated myself, and guess what?
I'm innocent.
I'm innocent. I didn't do anything wrong.
I do find that interesting with internal affairs that if you look at the statistics of research, and that's what I do. I research everything. When you look at the research, you'll find that a lot of times once they do their investigation, they found nothing when everybody else found something, or things disappear. One of and hopefully I don't share this too hard, but my ex-husband was killed, and it was one of their own was kind of involved in the situation, and lots of things disappeared when it was time to go to court.
Evidence?
Yes, evidence seemed to disappear. People seem to disappear.
Wow.
Yeah. When it was time to go to court, and the witnesses that were involved in this particular case kept telling the judge, "Hey, this man is in jail, and he is making threats to my home and to my house, and this, that, and the other." And they basically shared, "Hey, can the judge do something about it?" And when it was time for the court to come up, all the witnesses were gone. They had completely moved out of their house. Not a peep, not a witness, nowhere. So it's
Sound like a movie.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, And then, of course, they did their internal investigation, and the guy was back on the streets again. So
really, so they did nothing wrong.
Right, they did nothing wrong, and
After a murder,
and he was back out on the street.
It's been going on past 2 years.
But he was a friend of some other officers, so that things happen. And guess what? He killed someone else. So someone else's family had to grieve like I had to grieve, and my daughter had to grieve, because an investigation was done that was unsuccessful. And what?
I think the aggression towards police has been brewing for years. Of course, there are great police out there, and there's dirty police out there, just like anything else. There are great people and there are dirty people. And the media definitely is not helping the police situation, because all they do is post and expose bad cops, which makes everybody aggressive to all cops. So we have to come up with something, man, to bring that unity back. I remember back in the day. I'm not the oldest. I'm the youngest in the room, but I still got a little flavor on me. I remember back in the day. Flavor. That's right. Back in the day, in my neighborhood, in Carroll City, Florida. That's Miami. That's the bad part of Miami. But police used to come around. We used to get excited because they used to give out baseball cards. I don't know if y'all police did that.
No. About that? No.
Yeah, they used to give out baseball cards, so we used to be excited to see the police come to our neighborhood. Now it's not like that anymore.
No. They don't even have programs like that as much anymore.
But they need to bring them back, bro, because...
I tend to, because what Shay was saying earlier, the fear of the police is more or less what's out there now than it is that public relations that you're talking.
Exactly.
And I know that they're aiming for getting better public relations, but with the news and the media, they're not getting that. It's more negativity.
But you have to do something to combat the negativity. So actually being on TV talking about it and putting up posters. Go. I need you to authentically engage folks when you get out into the public. You don't have to give out baseball cards, but give out some Braves tickets. Give out something that...
You're right.
Well,
you know what I mean?
What he's saying.
Right,
what he's saying
because
is
when
good.
we were kids, you were kind of taught to Mr. Officer, he's good for that, because you wanted them to be safe, and at that time they were snatching us up off the street, little kids. But they wanted you to know that the police were a good thing. But now our kids are in fear of the police. I mean, they not only in fear, they don't give a care. They don't care about them. No. They just have
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, they don't have the respect for the youth. They're like, because they're hearing the rap songs that say, F the police. F the police, F the police. And as many people as you hear talking about the bad things that the police are doing, there are some that are doing good out there. But when one does something good... Did you see the Facebook where the officer threw the football and they just made a big old deal out of that because he was outside playing with a little young boy? That's what he was supposed to be doing.
That's my point, though. If they show more of that and less of what we've been seeing on television, I think we can possibly get that relationship back with police.
And I need the media to do better. I need
the commissioners. I need the government to do better. Period, man. Because
they're not showing.
They're not policing the police, man. And police feel like they have that badge and they can do whatever.
And that information that they give out is not always accurate.
No, and we're gonna talk about that when we come back from
that
break.
Right there is a tragedy.
That's the key. Is the information that everybody's trying to get that quick. News
that's just
hit,
that propaganda, because it's not meaningful at all, and it makes you have your own conclusion. And it's not a proper conclusion.
Man, go rent a movie. It's on the Redbox called Nightcrawler. Did you see it, brother?
I did not.
It's about how people go out of their way to find stories so they can become famous.
Wow.
Okay.
It's deep, bro.
We've got to go
JR,
to a break.
Can you hold on for us?
Yeah.
Can you hold
on? Yeah, we got. She's waving and flagging at us.
And we'll be right back with you, JR.
The greatest producer over there. Hey, now call us at 404-355-8699. You're listening to Talking Real with Jay and Shay on Love 860.
Be right back.
Be right back.
What's happening, baby? Ladies, ain't too tired of hearing dudes make excuses why they can't last long in bed? The days of the little blue pill is over. That's right. Gorilla Triple X is the new sensation that got everybody going crazy. This little gold pill is responsible for saving thousands of relationships. Ladies, don't go buy your man what he want for his birthday. Buy him what he need. A bottle of Gorilla Triple X. Look here, they stronger than Viagra. They last longer than Cialis. By the time your man finishes with you, your legs gonna be shaking like a hoopty with bad gas in it, I say. He gonna make you go from walking knock-kneed to walking bow-legged. You feel me? Fellas, don't let your ego keep making you feel like a little chimp. Take one of these Gorilla Triple X and become the gorilla you know you is, man. We even got deals on them. 2 for 10, 4 for 15, 6 for 21, and 12 of them for only $35, man. Call your boy Head right now. 706-593-4323. Gorilla Triple X. Stop making excuses and start making us say, baby, you about to kill me up in this thing.
No, they did.
You don't stop.
You know about that dynasty. Shut up.
This is
producer.
How about this? Lead right back in the Flashback Friday. And where is that now? New location.
Hey, it's at the Coco Cabana.
We got a new location.
April 17th.
From 9:30 to 2. Definitely y'all need to come out. New spot.
Y'all hilarious.
Gotta have some fun. You know how to play cards.
Yeah.
You know it's on.
I'm a dominoes man. You know, we Caribbean, man.
You drop them bones.
Drop them bones.
Like Shay was hitting the table last time.
Yeah,
you just slap them down.
Well, she swung by the Mexicanos.
I heard that. But guess what? They got that hookah. I'm in love with the hookah.
It's a Christian.
Hookah. Oh.
It's a Christian station.
Oh. All right.
I don't think they have gospel.
Okay. But I'm in love with the hookah. Can't wait to get there on April 17th.
All I got to say is any Christian is going to be like, what is she talking about? So,
anyway, we're going to be at Flashback Friday, April 17th. We're going to play some cards, come out and fellowship with us.
Yeah, man.
There it is.
JR,
you still there, man?
JR hung up. He heard hookah and hung up.
JR, you still there? Uh-oh. JR might be.
I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you about to get cut, brother.
Well, we don't want to hold you forever, but you had anything else you wanted to say?
I just got to tell you about a little experience I had growing up. They always, some of my counterparts, my white counterparts, would always say, if you didn't do anything, why do they run? Why do black people run? Well, because, where we come from, you could be walking down the stairs, and if they're walking up, you got a behind whooping, and you got cuffs thrown on you and taken to jail. And a lot of people don't know these things that went on.
I told you.
In the hood where I'm from.
Yeah.
Or they'll grab you and say you fit a description of something, and then of somebody, have you in jail on a robbery or burglary or even a murder charge. So, as a young child growing up, we were taught, when the cops come, get off the block, run. Go in your house, lock your door, wait till they leave, and then go back out. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say a lot of them, because where I went to school, they sent us to school, they were mixing the races back then, put us to school with white people. And they were calling us the N-word every day, beating on us, chasing us home. I mean, their older brothers and fathers or uncles would come up to the school later on, and they would actually beat on us. And later on, years later, while out working or just doing my daily business, those same kids that called us the N-word and beat on us were cops now. They're now cops. As I'm sitting there looking at them, I'm like, that's so-and-so who went to my school. That's the same guy that used to do this to us and that to us. And a lot of them that are on the job, their older brothers, their fathers, their uncles, a lot of them, are family. They keep it in the family. Well, they make sure that each other get on the job so that they can stay on the job, and do the things that they want to do. And that is to put cuffs on you and take you to jail so that they can get their overtime and pay for their big houses out in the suburbs and buy their big fancy cars. So, a lot of them are prejudiced. A lot of them are taught that.
Yeah.
A lot of them practice that, and now they're in uniform.
Well, JR, I know you want to go in, but JR, I appreciate you for taking the time to enlighten us, man. I mean, I really do. because, again, you gave us good insight. I'm going to bring another caller on, but, again, if you get time to call back in, definitely do so, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ray from New York? Jay from New York.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
I work. All right, and you. All right, and you.
Good.
I hope everything is good. I think what we need to learn to understand and talk to our youth, because I worked with the juvenile offenders until I left the system back in 95, is that the first thing they need to understand is running from the police is not an option. Number two, if we instill in them from an early age, like I've done my children, which is you have school ID, you carry a wallet, young lady, you carry a purse. You keep your ID with you at all times because nobody can degrade your ID. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to carry ID, then you have a problem because you're starting off the conversation wrong. What we tell our children and what I tell mine is, as long as you have ID and you haven't done anything wrong, you have no reason to fear the police. Mm. If you decide you want to run, then I can't help you as being a parent, because working with the juvenile offenders, I've seen people incarcerated for absolutely no reason in New York because all they did was take off running. What are you running before? Because everybody else ran. No, that is not why you ran. You ran because somebody did something, and now you don't want to be the snitch, as they call it. But that's not a logical reason to run when you have ID on you and you are merely coming from school. So if you go into the ball court to play and hang out, okay, and the police come up and they ask a question, the first thing you do is whip out your ID. Show your confidence. Not run and fear someone that has no real power over you besides your fear of being in trouble for something you didn't do in the first place.
Shay, I don't know about that, brother. If I'm on a basketball court, if I'm in the basketball court and everybody start running, Joe,
we gonna run.
I'm out. I don't know why. I will ask when we stop. But I'm running, boss.
Exactly. But I always tell my son, if you're gonna run, you better have your wallet. It needs to be tucked in your sock. You know how we used to do in old school.
He said tuck it in your sock.
Yeah, he went way back.
Yeah, he way back. Yeah.
Okay, let me say.
Wallet in your sock.
Let me say this, and I want to go back to what Carlos and JR shared with us, and I wanted to get to was something they said fit the description. When they were talking about the police officers who said they get a vague description, that's one of the things that a gentleman, it was an older gentleman this week, he said, hey, I want DeKalb County to apologize to me because here I am, a working gentleman. I got off work and I fit the description. And there's another thing Carlos said. I'm sorry. Carlos said
I agree
that his not only are they given a vague description of the person that they're pursuing, but that you're supposed to be able to call a officer supervisor. That's not what happened to this gentleman. He didn't get a supervisor. They asked him, why did you pull me over? I don't fit the description, and you won't apologize me because now you done laid me out for no reason. And he asked for a supervisor, and he taped it. And they told him, call 911 if you want a supervisor.
That's what I mean by bad cops.
There we go.
We can't hold one bad person as a whole. And that's the first thing that I teach my child. And being in corrections and dealing with the juveniles, they would come to us and tell us, oh, Officer so-and-so, he jacked up. Okay, you know what? You're here because you did something wrong. Now, the first thing that you have to understand is what you did wrong does not change the fact of you ran into another person that might have done something wrong. If you learn not to focus on the fact of what they did and what you did, you will be better off so that you're not trying to relate the whole point to somebody else got me in trouble. And I teach my child, and the first officer brought up a very great point. If you have somebody in your car that's doing something whack or crazy, okay, you should have known that this boy was a little off when you got your driver's license, and he was already in trouble with the school daggone officer. So there's no reason for him to be in your car in the first place, because you're bringing the trouble to yourself. And the first thing that parents need to understand is if you teach your child to have ID on them at all times and look at their friends and not go, oh, yeah, he's cool. Oh, yeah, he's my homeboy. No, or your homegirl. It doesn't make no difference if they're daggone doing something crazy. If the police officer's always standing next to them because they about to do something or already did something and they laughing and giggling, it might be funny, but it's not necessarily the person you need to be standing next to.
Man, listen, one of my favorite movies is Predator, the first one, right? I don't know if you saw this, Jay, but in the movie Predator, he was going around killing soldiers, right? The alien.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you did not have a gun on you or a weapon,
he wasn't killing you.
He wasn't messing with you. He wasn't killing you. So the youth have to have that same concept when it comes to police. Don't give them any bullets, meaning ammo,
to use against you.
To use against you.
Come after you.
Right.
And that's the first thing we have to try to tell these young bucks. And I mean, I make it a point to not only tell my son, but to tell his friends. They come by the house and I look at them, and the first thing I tell them, and they know when they hit my driveway, pull your pants
Yes,
up.
sir.
Thank you.
I
appreciate you for that.
Jail. You got that from jail. You got that from the juvenile detention center. You really don't want to know why your pants are hanging down if you're there.
Right.
That's what you don't want to know.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for doing that one. I'm going to see if I can add a caller. I got a caller in there. Stay right there with us.
All right.
But
I was just adding.
okay.
But, yeah, that's what we need to talk to our children about first and foremost. And the women that are having problems with their men, with their young men, trying to raise them, they need to look towards the community, brothers like Jay and Shay and you, brothers, to daggone get the point across. And if they're listening, call in. And, the young kids, call in and say what you think about what I've said, because I've watched kids go from the age of 10 years old for doing silly stuff, stealing out of a store, running from the police, deciding they want to mess with a razor blade and show the officer they're going to do something, and they're not tall enough or strong enough to do anything. And then at 18, now they're a lost cause as far as the system goes, because all they need to do is get out and be transferred. And if our parents don't step up and at least look at some of the community offerings towards helping the children, we will have problems and always have problems. And we can't just blame the police officer for the things that take place. We have to blame the community as a whole, because Aunt Annie sitting on the corner didn't say anything anymore because the kids said shut up and the parents said don't talk to my child like that.
Well, I definitely agree with you. And also, you hit a good point. If we got some young...
But y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, we got some young callers that want to call in. Definitely call, but go ahead.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah. Y'all have a good day.
Always.
Jay from New York.
Yep.
Jay from New York, yeah.
Yes, you got a problem with Jay from New York?
No.
She thought it was Master Lee. I'm
Right.
telling you, it's not Master Lee.
Sound like Master Lee.
Nah, Master Lee would have hit you with a deep thought. Because the frog in the river, the frog.
Well, we got Orlando.
Hey, Orlando, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I know that you are calling in for 25 and older, and you're a little early, but I'd like to hear your feedback to this, and then when we come back from the break, we'll talk about what 25 and older is doing. But have you heard the topic, what we're talking about?
I actually didn't. I got in a little late on that.
Okay, no problem. Jay?
We was talking about with the young youths. We're having police officers get on the air and try to give a clear description of what they need to be doing, especially if they get pulled over for the first time. We're trying to educate because of all the shootings and the things that's going on. I'm not putting that on trial. I'm trying to educate to see if we can prevent our children from going through a tragedy by a mistake of just being nervous.
True. My input on that is, like the man said, off top is to comply. When you get pulled over, keep your hands at 10 and 2. Don't move them anywhere else. Keep your hands at 10 and 2. The officer comes to the car. Well, actually, roll the window down. Keep your hands at 10 and 2 and turn the lights on.
He said
in the
10
vehicle.
and 2. What's 10 and 2,
10 and 2, that's that driving. See, that
that's that driving. 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
10 and 2.
She over here doing math. 10 and 2, that's 12.
No, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Keep your hands on the steering wheel.
Oh.
We knew what you were talking about.
Okay, because y'all men.
What that got to do with
That's driving.
But did you know what 10 and 2 was? She knew what 10 and 2 was.
That sounds like do something with my chest.
You used to that limousine.
Yeah, right?
You used to that driver. That driver, Miss Daisy.
I'm sorry. I had a driver. Yes, I did. And you say that to say what?
No, you bougie.
I am not
all
bougie.
Get out.
I am not bougie. But thank you so much, Orlando. What do you see? I know you're over 25 because you're part of the 25 and older group. Do you feel as though teens that are a little behind you at this point understand what it means to be pulled over by a cop, or do you think the music and anything else has influenced them to say F the police?
Honestly, I don't think you can blame the music because, we grew up in the oh my God,
the 90s. Go ahead, brother.
We grew up in the 90s where we had
NWA,
Eazy-E and Ice-T saying F the police.
Oh,
and our generation is not that. Like we know the difference between pretty much doing what's right and doing what's wrong. Now, granted, we have had some hiccups in our generation, but I just think it's understanding. The kids today don't understand. They don't comprehend. They don't take time to listen. They don't want to hear what we have to say.
Oh, okay. So you think that we're trying to teach, but they're not really wanting to listen because they just know everything.
For the most part, and then you can blame some of the parents too. They want to be friends as opposed to being parents.
Yeah,
I think that's a key one right there, because again, it does start at home. And I know I'm about to go on break, but one of the key things that made me want to do this is a lot of men work 2 jobs, so they're not there. We're still absent, even though we're doing the work that we need to do to pay the bills, but we're absent, and that's where some of that dialogue and conversation is missed. And I'm not blaming, but I have to hold even myself accountable for all that work. I was still absent. So when you look at some of the problems, it's self-reflection. But that's why I'm bringing this as a whole and bringing it to everyone, because it's all our problem. And quit looking at the media and Facebook and understand in the music when we got our children out there that's suffering. They're not the only ones, don't get me wrong. They're just not our children. They're everybody's children. But my whole thing is we have to do more. Don't let the music raise your child. That's our responsibility. But that's why I'm bringing us together, so we can conversate about it, have a better understanding. But hold for us, but we can go ahead and go on break real quick. Stay right there, Orlando.
So Dynasty beat us up. The best producer over there should be.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the show.
No,
Dynasty. No,
that's my mama's show back in the day.
I know,
Really?
right? That's
You really
why,
went
that's
back on
all I
that
remember.
And Dallas.
That's the reason I remember her beautiful name.
That was the
my
original
thing.
Empire.
That was the right.
Hold on.
Yo,
The new
no.
empire is the Jay and Shay. How about that one? How about?
Well, all right.
You got to
now.
speak into
Talking
existence,
real
player.
With Jay and Shay, we'll be back.
Y'all got kids?
Right after this message.
I got 5.
That rap? They rappers?
You got 5.
One
I got
bipolar?
one. See you when we get back.
What's happening, baby? I sell Brazilian hair's the place to be if you looking for top of the line quality for a price that's guaranteed to fit your budget. My homeboy here got the hookup, I say. One thing about I sell Brazilian hairs, we always got hair on hand, so you ain't never got to worry about not being able to purchase some. One thing about this hair, there is absolutely no shedding, people. Look here, we selling hair so good and cheap they want to put it on the menu at McDonald's and Burger King. Y'all gonna be like, yo, let me get a Big Mac combo and order that Malaysian in deep wave, I say. We got $75 a bundle for 18 to 28 inches. And anything under 18 inches is cheaper. We got all kind of hair, man. I sell Brazilian hair, even offer financing, baby. Now where they do that at? Right here at 4910 Buena Vista Road, Suite B. Or call us at 706-593-4323. If you don't feel like dialing all them numbers, man, *1 hair. I sell Brazilian hair. We love making our people look good. Pew.
860 AM WAEC.
You did your thing on that one.
What I say about the best producer?
She is the best.
That's not Teddy Pendergrass, though. That's actually
what you know about
John
this,
Legend.
You don't know nothing about this.
Don't cut it off yet. Let it play.
Yeah. What we was doing.
It's coming up.
Too late.
Did it with the slow fade. I tell you.
All right, we still got Orlando on. Orlando?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Orlando, sorry.
I just want to talk about a very dangerous topic.
What's a dangerous topic?
The fact that you have a flip phone.
You know what?
Orlando.
This
Can you put that up to the camera right?
No, I can't even embarrass
First of all,
flip phone, boss.
First of all,
I'm talking about it ain't
that
even.
That is not my phone.
Okay,
it's not your phone.
No,
somebody lost it and
no.
You recovered it.
This is the phone for the Jay and Shay Show.
Oh my!
Don't
hold
on. Don't embarrass us.
That's even worse.
We really went bootleg.
I quit. 2 days.
So when they call,
I was gonna say, what's your budget?
He said, "What's your budget?"
I got an iPhone.
Look,
I got an iPhone.
How you reply to text with that?
I got an iPhone.
Hey, Orlando. That's why it takes us so long to reply on that text, man. Because she got to hit three. You got to hit the button 3 times.
311.
No, actually, when people do call us during the week, that's just true. That is true. That's what I've been doing. Wrong number. Whoever phone this is.
Miss Bella like a bug.
Man, that's how I put that up there with a rotary phone.
No, when people call, they just want to talk. They don't want to.
Well, I know you got unlimited minutes on that one.
Yeah, this right here.
Oh yeah, that was
I
free.
have a real LG smartphone.
This LG.
It's original LG.
That's
It's the original. Anyway, why y'all messing with me? What is this?
You brought that up in here.
You know it's old because the number's in Greek. I'm playing. Go ahead.
Long gone.
What'd you say, Orlando?
Long gone.
Yeah, long gone. That's the real LG. Long gone.
Y'all acting up. Anywho,
her phone take AA batteries. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's not what the phone do. But
we're trying to keep it show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
That battery operated.
I saw Zumba outside. He said he been kicking butts, Mr. Zumba.
He been doing something this week, kicking my tail.
Right.
But nonetheless, welcome Orlando from the 25 and older group. Thank you for showing up and showing out today. I know you guys had a great topic. Do you have all of the events? I can pull them up, or if you want to go ahead and into your topic, I'll get your events up.
Well, the event that I have is the kickball tryouts. Kickball tryouts at Ronald Bridges Park in Union City on Sunday, 2:30 to 4:30.
Kickball.
Okay.
Just anybody?
Women's.
Oh, okay, that's nice to let you know.
Kickball tryouts.
I got a sister. I ain't even gonna go there with her.
You know you want to.
I know. We probably get kicked off.
Okay.
If I was at a comedy club,
behave
that would have been a
yourself.
different question.
Okay. Well, nonetheless,
one leg.
Orlando, tell us what the 25 and older group is talking about this week.
The topic this week was pretty much why do people, men and women, feel the need to downplay or discredit another man or woman for somebody's interest? Pretty much like if a man or a woman is going to somebody else, why throw shade? Why hate? Why actually talk about that other person?
Did you say going with? You didn't say going
No, No. Why do people, men or women, feel they need to downplay or discredit another man or woman for somebody else's interest, even if they're not going with them? If they're approaching somebody, like me and you approaching somebody, the same person.
So why is that?
The same person.
I don't know, Shay. Why do women throw shade?
That's why I posed the question, because I don't get it. Like, as an alpha male, you're not worried about what other men think. You're not worried about what other men are doing. You're doing your own thing.
Not unless you're jealous. If
you're
you're a jealous or insecure man, will.
You said alpha male.
Alpha insecure man will.
That's not alpha male. Alpha male ain't gonna be insecure.
That's right. He shouldn't be.
If
all men ain't alpha
males, you're absolutely right. And if it's like I said, if it's two alphas, if you there first, hey man, salute, and I'm going about my business. But then you got now women. I understand they're emotional. They act. They react. They don't think. They act on emotion.
Look at you reacting on emotion.
Excuse me?
Look at you reacting on emotion right now.
Women act exactly. You're proving the point. Women act on
Dynasty. Introduce Mr. Click. Don't hang up on him.
Nah.
I'm just kidding, Orlando. I'm just saying. Did you just call us emotional?
Y'all emotional.
Yeah, women are emotional. Women act on emotion. They don't think situations through. They don't. Like I said, I get the women part. I get why women do that. I get why women throw shade.
Why?
Please send all hate mail to Orlando, all Gmail.
Why they do it then, Orlando? Because you about to get jumped on up in here.
That's gonna be a real kickball tryout, buddy.
Yeah. Well, Orlando, I'm gonna add a caller real quick because I got to get back to our topic. But stay there and chime in.
No, I want him to say why he. Come on, put your other caller on.
I would love to.
Come on.
I would love to, but I feel like I'm on a mission with my first topic, and I don't want to get it mixed up.
Plus, his kids calling him anyway. Orlando, put the phone on mute,
then let me go ahead and finish out their segment because this is their segment. In all fairness, but I know we're keeping with our topic. I thank you, Orlando, for this great topic that you guys were talking about.
We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it in just a second. But I do want to also say that you guys have a great trip coming up. Punta Cana, May 21st through the 25th. Join the Jay and Shay Show. We'll
coming
be
out
there.
with shirt.
Hey.
We'll be out there in our something, bikinis or something, Speedos or something happening.
With pockets. Speedos with pockets.
Yeah. And then you guys have the Battle of Sexes coming up May the 9th at Dave & Buster's. And you do have the Arabian Nights theme, the Sultry Spring Soiree is happening April 24th. And then, of course, the ladies are going skydiving and pole dancing.
At the same time?
April the 3rd and the 4th.
Gotta be something.
They got 2 separate days.
They twerking on the way down.
They going in the
Spinning
sky,
like a mug.
Twerking in the air.
and they hitting the pole at the same doggone time.
That's amazing.
But that's what the 25 and older. If you want to get involved in that group, it's 25andolder.com, as well as on the Facebook 25.
So if you're 24, you can't
get in. We actually check.
Can't get in.
Yeah. They check.
Still mature.
So if you 85, you good?
Yeah, you good.
Ooh.
You good.
Yeah, you 85, you straight.
If you 85, hanging in the club.
Yeah, you straight. 25 and older. Yeah.
I'm snatching your dentures out your mouth. If you 85, I'm going to go even further. And I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. So send all hate mail to Jay and Shay Show.
Call the
no hate.
If you are a grandparent,
call the Jay and Shay Show with
hanging in the club, and you ain't getting paid,
this is C. Davis.
Nope. Send all hate mail to Jay and Shay Show.
This is C. Davis.
Nope.
See, look what they doing.
If you in the club with your grandkids,
nope.
See, they got somebody that done hooked up. She said yes. 25.
So y'all got people getting married over there.
Yes,
They doing their thing.
They doing their thing. 25 and older.
And how old are they?
25 and older.
That's what's up.
All right.
That's actually being in the club with your grandkids ain't uncommon now. You got grandmas that's 40.
Well, they're younger. They're not as old as they used to be.
They got
A 40-year-old grandma. You know what? Y'all right. You're right. There are women out there that's 40 and grandkids.
It ain't.
But I said if you hanging with your grandkids.
No, wait, that's too.
That's not a good look. Is it, Dynasty?
Nah,
Dynasty's
that's
kind of
not
young. How old are you, Dynasty? You about?
She baby age.
She 23. So
she ain't.
that needs to be a whole nother topic.
We'll talk about that later. All right, well, thank you, Orlando.
Thank you for having me.
Always.
See you next week.
All right.
If you got a #1 granddaddy chain in the club,
how about you, caller?
If you got gray hair in your chest, let me stop.
And then what?
Caller, you there?
You don't need to be in the club.
Why not?
There you go.
You need to find something else to do.
Why? What you got to find to do?
I just don't think that's a good look, man.
Why is that not a good look? They got to have something to do. You want them to go sit down?
We got a federal officer on this time.
This is a federal
we got a federal.
Everybody's got nervous.
They could give us some insight. How you doing, sir?
Warrants. I ain't got no warrants.
I'm sorry?
Federal.
Great. How about yourself?
Yeah, he sound federal.
Yeah, he sound federal. He got that deep federal.
Yeah, he got that federal. Hey,
you ain't no regular po-po.
Shay just sat up.
Really?
Sir.
Yeah, she going to attention.
Don't start crying.
Hello. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. How about yourself? I started on the street first, so, you just take your steps up and keep moving on.
Well, we want to make sure you give some insight. Was you able to hear it earlier with some of the comments?
Yes,
we just want you to give some more insight because, again, being a federal police officer, what do you see?
Now, that's just like from the street. All right, we know exactly that right now, when you got loud music, tinted windows, there's nothing that we can see in the car. So the first thing you should do is turn all that off. Most of you can't hear the sirens. Most of you don't see the light, so you don't hear it. And the thing we're saying is, when we approach the car, what are you doing? And if you don't follow the instructions, then that's when we get kind of nervous, and then you're nervous, and then that's when we have an incident.
So
you turn off the radios. Stop texting on the texting phone.
I'm listening to all of these things right here.
Incident.
Not the texting part. I only text at the light.
You still texting while you driving?
But no, it's at the light, and traffic in Atlanta is slow, and I have to text you to tell you I'm on my way.
That's still illegal.
See,
that's still thank illegal?
You. Still
at the
illegal.
light, though?
Oh, you can't text at the light, sir?
I thought you could text at the light.
If you behind the wheel, you are not.
Behind the wheel is just a distraction.
You gotta tell somebody.
I didn't know that.
I'm glad that I enlightened y'all.
I'm guilty.
I'm guilty then. I thought as long as you wasn't texting and driving down the highway, you was all right. But you said no texting at all once I get in the car?
That's it.
What if it's Facebooking? That's not texting.
That's a different situation. Can I tweet?
Whole different situation.
That's a no?
It's a no, too.
No.
Wow. Y'all strict, man.
I've seen even in Cobb County, they hitting you for eating while you drive.
That should have been banned a long time ago.
Time out.
I'm telling you,
man, people are horrible when it comes to eating and driving.
A public sub today, and I was tearing it up down 20.
Making a hot mess.
Hold on, how you drive again?
That's a big head.
I was tearing it up down 20. That's not illegal to eat, officer.
Officer, will you please tell her?
Is that illegal?
It's illegal.
To eat and drive?
Hey, come on, Nanny. You know that distracts you.
That's very distracting.
Look at here. I was able to keep all of the sub in the spot. What you talking about? Right. Oh, no. Okay, how about putting on my makeup?
Come on now.
Trying to drive with your knees.
Huh? Did you just say something about my weave? I ain't even got it today.
I said knees. You said y'all be driving with your knees, putting your eyelashes on.
Oh, yeah. I put my makeup on, in the car. It has the best lighting.
Another distraction. Why is it women don't do that before they get into the car?
Thank you.
Hey,
can we get
no.
Can we get a time?
No.
Well, wake up earlier.
Wait, no.
Can you get applause? You got applause queued up? No.
First of all, we know that it's going to be in traffic. We're going to be in traffic, so that's the extra time right there.
No. That's what you need to stop. That's why y'all rear-end them people.
No.
Because you done stuck your eyeliner in your eye.
No.
How do you think Matt came up with his name? It ran into a truck. That's what happened.
Really?
She like, for real? Get out of here.
I'm just saying, the traffic in Atlanta is so bad. You have good 30 to 40 minutes to put your makeup on.
First of all, why do I even wear makeup? Anyway, that's a whole nother show.
Because we want to look pleasing.
For who?
Us.
Other women, right?
Pretty much other women.
Okay, cool.
Because y'all really don't care nothing about
We
that.
really don't.
However, y'all do look at the women who have it on now.
We're not looking at makeup.
Okay.
What'd you say, brother?
Okay, federal officer, what's his name again? What's his name?
Federal.
Federal officer. His name? He don't have no name?
Federal officer.
Okay, federal officer. I have a couple of questions. Since you didn't told me I can't put on my makeup, I can't text no more, I can't eat my public sub.
You might well just catch
I
the
can't
train.
do no Facebook.
You just need to catch the train.
Twittering,
Just catch the train.
Instagramming.
Uber. What is that?
Uber.
When you call for a car.
Okay, so, can I get a ticket for any of these things?
It's against the law.
But yeah,
Huh?
you're being distracted. Yes, you can.
Huh.
So now you get nervous because you've been doing this for how long?
I didn't say nothing about how long I've been doing. Why you want to call me out?
You didn't say how long.
Let me
yet.
ask you a question, sir. I want to know the difference. You're a federal officer.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between the county officer and the federal officer? I know that's a dumb question,
You
but
going
a
to
lot
jail?
They all got that power.
they all exactly.
Oh.
Mall cop can put you in jail.
No, but see, if I got to Cobb County, I just squeeze my girls together real quick and blink my
hold
eyes and cry. And
Christian show.
Pray
I'm
for
just
us. You gotta pray
saying, the
for us.
40 double D's have worked all this time.
I'm trying to keep a show.
Now,
and
when
she
I
just
had
trying
them
to get me
32
thrown.
A's, that wasn't working.
Federal officer, you coming down here?
32 A's. That's an honor roll, ain't it?
When I had them 32 A's, wasn't nothing happening. But I got these for a double D's.
We not about to talk about that.
I'm just
we
saying
ain't.
I ain't had no ticket.
All right, federal officer.
I'm just saying. It works.
It's like with your federal laws.
Oh, dang. He took me right back.
Really?
Against the government. White
Wait a minute.
crime.
Is it a federal law to show my breasts?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wait a minute.
This
You
a
just
Christian
say
station.
It was a federal
Can you
law?
focus? I mean,
on.
where your mind at? Lord, we trying to get this man to tell us some intelligent stuff. Ain't nobody trying to. Oh, girl.
Oh,
Okay.
Father God, give us strength.
All right, fine. I'm just,
Man.
while I have him on the line to find the things that I'm supposed to not be doing.
Which is everything that you doing.
What'd you say, brother?
We already told her about those. All you should be doing once you get behind the wheel of the car is driving.
That's it.
So no showing if I
Nah,
get
no.
stopped.
That's
None
a ticket.
of that.
Okay, so what can we do to show our youth what to do? What steps should we be taking? Should we be giving our children flyers or a little card to put in their wallet? Should we be having an enactment with them in the car and say this is what you do? What can we do for?
Having an enactment before they get in the cars. Have a communication to where you sit down and talk to them eye to eye. Not texting them as most of them do now. Not Facebooking them. Not trying to show them that way. Sit down, have a face-to-face conversation before they get in the car. Tell them about the responsibility of being behind the wheel of a vehicle and the consequences that happens when you don't. You can play the role of a police officer. You can get behind them and say, okay, I saw you, your blinker went on when you got ready to turn in the next lane. So what do you do when I walk up? All right, if they start reaching for stuff, ask yourself, what would you do? If they start reaching for stuff and you don't know what it is, your first reaction is to do what? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's why we can't do it because we don't care like you do, federal officer.
Yeah.
But we're going to put you on hold real quick. We got to take a quick intermission real quick.
And
Stay
I got
right
two
there.
more questions
And we're
to
going to come
ask
right
when
back
you
to
come
you.
back.
Stay right there, though.
What's his name? This is the Jay and Shay Show, talking
We on
real.
break.
We
break.
go?
Yeah.
We go?
Yeah.
No, we ain't. Talking real with Jay and Shay.
That was embarrassing. Wasn't it?
I will be cutting that out. That will not hit the YouTube.
He did it to you.
So wrong. We'll be right back. 404-355-8699.
What's happening, baby? Ladies, ain't too tired of hearing dudes make excuses why they can't last long in bed? The days of the little blue pill is over. That's right. Gorilla Triple X is the new sensation that got everybody going crazy. This little gold pill is responsible for saving thousands of relationships. Ladies, don't go buy your man what he want for his birthday. Buy him what he need. A bottle of Gorilla Triple X. Look here. They stronger than Viagra. They last longer than Cialis. By the time your man finishes with you, your legs gonna be shaking like a hoopty with bad gas in it, I say. He gonna make you go from walking knock-kneed to walking bow-legged. You feel me? Fellas, don't let your ego keep making you feel like a little chimp. Take one of these Gorilla Triple X and become the gorilla you know you is, man. We even got deals on them. 2 for 10, 4 for 15, 6 for 21, and 12 of them for only $35, man. thing. Call your boy Head right now. 706-593-4323. Gorilla Triple X. Stop making excuses and start making us say, baby, you about to kill me up in this thing.
Hey, we two-stepping over here.
What do we do?
You don't know the rest. All right.
He said, where do we go?
No.
I don't know that part either.
But we still got our federal officer.
He over there two-stepping with his cuffs on.
We two-stepping right now, but we're going to get back to Shay got some more questions because she been doing everything wrong. So it wasn't this was not for the youth. This for education. Period.
Apparently, there was some things that I was supposed to do. Okay,
eating
so
a hoagie, a Big Mac, and a Whopper. Talking about she on a diet.
Right.
Y'all said I can't put my wig on. I can't put my wig on while
she was
driving?
like, can I put my wig on while I drive? Really? All that cat and hair?
I'm saying we in traffic. That's not illegal.
You probably caused other traffic. Go ahead, brother.
But just pull over and put it on.
He said, can you just pull over and put that cat on?
Okay, fine. Well, listen. Okay, so I have some more questions.
Go right ahead.
All right, so I'm concerned about this whole thing about fitting descriptions. When you guys get a call and they say black male in his 20s, how far do they go with describing who it is? Do they mainly focus on what the race is, what the height is? Because it could fit a whole lot of people. Like, for instance, I was over on University Avenue today. And when I looked down the street, all those kids looked the same. I mean, literally there was some... Now, another thing. I saw a bunch of kids outside. There was about 8 of them. And they was outside playing dice in the front porch. Now, is that illegal? I mean, they wasn't. Did he just turn the lights off?
Turn the lights off.
Is that it?
Next, you're going to say where she was.
You got a 9-part question. This man over here like, I don't remember the first part of the question.
First of all, is that illegal? And what description? Okay, say you're the officer.
You back on the first one again. Can you let them answer one of them first?
Okay.
Can we get that done?
Okay, fine.
We're just going to stop.
Just the Shay Show.
Yeah. They got 50 million questions. Shay got problems.
I got issues. I want to talk to my police officers. I need help. Okay, so
help us out. Hold on.
Let him answer. Go ahead, federal officer.
Okay.
Let me give you some help right quick. Okay. Like you say, when they give you a description, your dispatcher is the one that you are listening to because they're getting this information from the caller. So the more descriptive that you get, the better you can notify or either identify the subject themselves. If they give you a vague description, then we get back on the radio and say, okay, we have several black male out here.
Right.
Give us some descriptive.
He has 2 legs.
And black.
So it's up to the dispatcher who gives us the call to make sure that we get the right description and not just pulling over everybody.
So it sounds like right now this is a great time to ask the person that's calling in to give more information because a lot of times people feel afraid of the police and they don't want to give a real description, but they want to at least report some things went wrong. So this is one of them times where we need to be more proactive and give that information.
Well, I'm one of those people. I'm sorry. When I see
but
stuff happening,
hold on. What did you just say about them guys that was standing out there?
Well, yeah, they
did
all
you
look
really
the same.
look about the same? So when they call in and say that, look what position we're putting them in.
They all had their pants hanging down.
So that's what I want to bring to the table and talk about because, again, we feel feared of what they're doing when they're doing dice and when we feel like they're doing illegal activity. So when we call in and we're not really giving good descriptions, 8 black men throwing dice. Now, you just got me pulled over.
But I was kind of
afraid
while I was taking a picture of them. I said, I'm going to hurry up and take a picture of them.
Now, hold on.
They don't see
now,
me.
how many times would they forward that picture to the police department? Most people won't go that far. They won't even. They won't do that. Only thing they'll do is just call in. Oh, it's some things going on over here, but I'm anonymous. Man. Really?
Okay, so does that make me nosy if I'm that person?
Sorry.
Sorry.
All right, now listen, Jay. You can be anonymous, but give a good description of what is going on and who exactly we need to pick up. We don't have to know who it is that's calling in. We just have to know exactly what you're telling us and what actions you need for us to take and who it is that we're taking it on.
Shay got a problem.
Yes, I have a problem. Because let me tell you something. One, I have a little nose issue sometimes.
Nosy is all get out.
I'm paying
Nosy
attention
Rosie
to everything kind of going on. And this particular time, my sister, who's probably listening, she's gonna laugh right now because she called me Superwoman. But this particular time, I was downtown minding my own business, and I was off in the Baker area, off by the Mart. And there was a gentleman, and he looked like he was about to do something.
What color was he?
He was black.
I got a problem with that. Go ahead.
Okay, but he looked like he was getting ready to do something because he was looking around. Like he was walking down the street, and he was looking down in cars, and he was looking around to see who was looking at him. So I knew then that something was about to go down. So while I was waiting for my friend, I slowed up, and sure enough, he took his elbow and knocked the window in. And then he took his hand and went in the back seat, pulled the laptop out, and down the street he went.
So how you know it wasn't his? No, I was joking. Go ahead.
Because he was looking down the aisles in different cars while I was sitting there parked.
But did you give a good description?
And yes, I did get a description. And not only did that, I slowly followed him in my car as I was dialing 911. And as he was going up and down the street trying to evade the look, like nothing was going on because he was getting ready to hurry up and sell the...
You are neighborhood watch now.
Well, this
wasn't even a neighborhood, though. That's the crazy.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't in my neighborhood.
Watch.
But what happened was I followed him through the neighborhood, and then I told the police officer where we were. They caught him, handcuffed him there. But the thing that kind of scared me was they took my information. And then they had my information on the police.
Follow. Do you recommend
I followed him.
people to follow a person?
And then they gave that man my information. So he knew who reported him because he had to go to court. And it was his 3 strikes.
I don't think they gave him.
It was public record. It showed what my address was on the police report.
Hold on. We got somebody to answer.
Kel, tell me.
Okay, now, that's the thing. If you're going to appear in court and you're going to identify him, yes. But you can also tell them, don't put your name and address in there, okay? Now, when you go to court, is the only time that your name should be mentioned, and if he has a lawyer, because that information has to be given to that lawyer that's going to represent him.
Now, do you recommend following people that you see?
No, if I do.
I'm just saying, because of what's going on today's time, I really want to get the public to understand.
That's what the police are there for, just be at a safe distance if you do.
I was safe, but I just felt like that person worked hard for their computer. They worked hard for their job. Now, they shouldn't have left their computer in the car, first of all, in broad daylight.
People can see them.
Well, that's the information that we need to put out there as well. Make sure we put things in the trunk out of plain sight. Because, again, we get comfortable in our vehicles and we don't think about robbery all the time. We're so busy doing our day-to-day that we forget small things. Tablets, GPS units. They're knocking our windows down for GPS units. And, again, these are things that's going to cost us a lot of money because they're knocking out windows and then they're taking it. So you lose your personal possessions, plus you got to repair the damage that's done if they're not caught. But this is the stuff that we need to get out to the public to make sure we put up. Because, again, I've been known for leaving my GPS in the window because I have to run in to see a customer real quick. But, again, the one thing I would never want to see is my window knocked out just because I did that.
Right. But let me ask you this.
Pause. I'm sorry. You said you left your GPS in the window?
Yeah.
My GPS.
GPS is on the window.
Not your phone.
No,
I still got a Garmin that I stick in the window because it's what I do. I go to multiple locations. So
gotcha.
And he has a couple cars, so he take a while.
So you got a smartphone, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, but then you don't need a Garmin.
See?
No.
Tell him that.
That's what I said.
The reason I have it is other reasons because I have multiple places I got to go. Because I see customers. And because of the fact that I have a lot of phone calls coming in on my phone, I need my phone not to be up there. But again, for the people that still got the tom-toms in the garment, that's the information I want to get out there. Everybody ain't like you guys that use your phone for everything. I
probably still got a fuzz buster through the
Oh, what? No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even drive like I used to, so you don't got to put me on blast.
Really?
Hold on. Do you really got to tell my business?
Sorry.
I'm on a mic with the po-po. Really?
I was about to say lies. This man,
next you gonna tell what kind of car I drive?
Jay got serious. Hold on.
Yeah, you need to watch your mouth.
Get us to Jacksonville in 4 hours.
You don't know when to be quiet.
Okay, my bad.
See, obviously, this is what you call a snitch right here, okay?
Let me ask you this. I'm about to mess you up. Okay. My brother came home with something he had stolen from somebody's.
You snitching again.
I'm saying.
Really? Can we go to break? Oh my goodness.
What I'm saying is, what do you do as a parent?
You know a
when
guy
your child come home?
You know a guide. Right?
What do you do when your child comes home?
Not to do it around you.
What do you do when your child comes home with something they have stolen, Mr. Officer Federal?
I know not to do it around you, Shay.
As a parent, is do the right thing. Call somebody to come and get that item, okay, so it can be returned to their owner. Now, if the owner of it decides to press charges, then you have to go with the flow. But if not, by you being as courteous as you were to call to have the item returned, you might get a gimme.
A gimme?
Let you slide.
Let you slide.
Because
again, we do not want them to get a criminal record when we know that these small mistakes happen.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So somebody might have pressured them into
they might have
bringing
pressured
some stuff home.
But by the fact that we went back and returned that item, we could keep them from having a criminal record because again, it will impact their lives a lot further than they ever know. And it's usually a lot later.
Okay, so what happens if the person wants to press charges once you get there?
What did you say?
Now, if you're juvenile, once you get 18, those records are sealed.
Mm-hmm. That I know.
Now, after 18, or if you commit a crime at 16 or 17 and it's a felony, then yes, it's going to be on your record.
Oh.
Now, if you're a first-time offender, you can get a First-Time Offenders Act with a felony. And after you complete that felony probation and sentence, you can get that lifted up under the First Offenders Act.
I want to also put out there to the people, how do you feel about if you get pulled over and you don't feel like you was in the wrong? Shouldn't you go to court and fight that ticket or just pay it? I'm just throwing devil's advocate out there in your eye.
Okay. No, if you feel that you're not wrong, then what you do is you get your lawyer. Okay? Go through the procedures and make them prove it. Because the thing about it is, it's like they've got to prove just what you did. So you have the same avenue of proving that you didn't do it.
Well, that's what I wanted to get out there. Because, again, there's times you get pulled over and you don't want to argue with the person that can arrest you. But I just want to make sure. I want to make sure people know what else they can do. Because a lot of times we feel violated, especially when we really feel like we didn't do no wrong.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing about it is we don't complain. We don't go down to the police station, find out who the supervisor is on shift, make a complaint, a formal complaint, which you can do as a citizen.
Oh.
Okay? Oh, yes, you can.
No, that's what I want to make sure everybody knows.
You can make a formal complaint?
Yes.
That's correct.
Even if you've been harassed several times by the same officer, you can go down and make a formal complaint. But we tend to say, ain't nothing they're going to do about it. But yes, they will.
That's what I would think.
Actually,
that's what you think, but let's correct that.
Let's correct that. We complain, but we just complain to people that can't do anything about it. No, seriously.
That's typically what
instead
happens.
of complaining to the people that can.
Right. Now, the other side of complain, and they're writing, they're getting big dictionaries and everything. They're even going to the law libraries to find out. But we, instead of us doing that, we just tell Sue and Joe and everybody else who don't know the law.
And I think
just find out, do the formal thing just like everybody else.
And I think that's why I think that's why we're often picked on as a people, because others know we only gonna complain about it, but we're not gonna take it further than that.
That's true.
That's with anything.
In all things, we will not write a letter, but you'd be surprised what'll happen if you write a letter.
An educated letter. Go ahead, brother.
It starts right there with your parents. Children are going to mimic what the parents do. If their parents act up in the car when the police come and get them or come up to the car, they're going to do the same thing. And the first thing they'll say, well, you did it. So I just did what you did. Now, if a parent, this is how you act when the police come up to you. Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's my license. What do we do next? To give you a citation, sign it. Thank you, sir. And drive off. If you feel that ticket is injustice, go through the procedures of getting your lawyer and prove how it is.
Federal officer, let me ask you a question, man. Now, as a black man, not as an officer, now I'm talking to you as a black man.
Go ahead.
Do you truly feel? Okay. Do you truly feel that black men are being targeted by a lot of officers?
No. Black men are targeting themselves because nowadays, with the generation that we have now, there's no fear of authority. With no fear of authority, they want to say what they want to say, they want to act like they want to say, but at the same time, why don't you get the information that you need to get? That way you'll know exactly how to act. It's just like if your father tells you something. Well, nowadays, most kids want to jump up at their fathers, too.
Right.
But, if your father tells you something, do you jump up at your father and say, well, I'm not going to do this. You didn't tell me what to do. No, you don't. You follow his instructions until afterwards. That's all we ask you to do. All this, if you've done nothing, why are you running?
Now, I'm not even talking from a running standpoint, brother. I'm talking about from being a black man, period. I mean, just from, and it's not a thug thing now. I'm talking about educated brothers being pulled over. I'm talking about brothers with jobs doing what they're supposed to do being pulled over. So I'm sorry?
Wait a minute, listen. Who's pulling them over? What police officers? There's not a lot of blacks pulling blacks over. This is on the other side.
That's my question.
And we're gonna go deeper with that, but we got to go on break real quick because you got a good point.
Nope.
I want to jump and chime right back in right after break. So stay right there, officer.
It's Talking Real with Jay and Shay on Love 860.
With
C.
Talking Real with Jay and Shay.
Yeah, she's trying to sound sexy, right? Yeah. After she found out she could eat her burger. Why she driving?
What's happening, baby? I sell Brazilian hair's the place to be if you looking for top of the line quality for a price that's guaranteed to fit your budget. My homeboy here got the hookup, I say. One thing about I sell Brazilian hair is we always got hair on hand, so you ain't never got to worry about not being able to purchase some. One thing about this hair, there is absolutely no shedding, people. Look here, we selling hair so good and cheap they want to put it on the menu at McDonald's and Burger King. Y'all gonna be like, yo, let me get a Big Mac combo and order that Malaysian deep wave, I say. We got $75 a bundle for 18 to 28 inches. And anything under 18 inches is cheaper. We got all kind of hair, man. I sell Brazilian hair, even offer financing, baby. Now, where they do that at? Right here at 4910 Buena Vista Road, Suite B, or call us at 706-593-4323. If you don't feel like dialing all them numbers, man, *1 hair. I sell Brazilian hair. We love making our people look good. Pew.
Who you find that in the archives? What? Talk show.
Big Mac.
Yo. She really trying to sing it.
You be illin'.
This is so embarrassing. I mean, if y'all was in the studio watching this, she has no rhythm.
You be illin'.
Oh, no. So embarrassing. Okay. We gotta stop this. We gotta know.
All right, fine.
Oh, yeah, we gotta stop this. All right, how about you, officer?
You be illin'. He is illin' because he won't let me eat, text.
No, he's just telling you what the law. He's telling you what the law is requiring.
Next, he gonna tell me I can't have sex in the car either. Lord Jesus.
Lord have mercy.
As long
Did
as
you
it's parked.
Did you really just say that?
See,
Did you?
he said as long as it's parked.
Now
see,
you
that's
know
a man
if you
for
park and the
Now,
windows
or
are steamed up and
everything
fogged up, you already know that's suspicion
no,
right there.
See, this is some bias stuff right here. He done told me I'm gonna get a ticket for everything, but now if I say I'm gonna have sex in the car, he said it's okay long as it's parked.
How in the world did we get on what's going on with our young youths and the police officers to sex?
In the car.
I'm just trying to.
He telling us everything we can't do.
do.
So I just want to know can I do sex in the car?
Why you driving?
Well, I have seen some men get some stuff in the car while they're driving.
Hey.
Okay.
This is a
that
Christian
ticket?
station. Can
that a
I keep a
ticket,
show?
Okay.
Can somebody help? See,
Is that a
Davis, this
ticket,
is your
Davis?
job to watch her. You are to stop
Is
this
that
man.
a ticket?
I just turned the lights off.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
So when I turn the lights
The
off,
budget 6, man. Turn the light back on and get Shay. Lord have
Shay
mercy.
know when that light go off. That means no.
You know I'll be quiet.
Man, please, it don't work.
He puts me in timeout.
I'm putting that time out, man.
Man, it
That's
don't
when I be
work.
quiet.
You like them other kids.
Soon
Them
as he
kids
turn
don't
that light
listen.
out, I go
Listen,
quiet.
Linda, listen.
Fred her off though. Seriously, like we had a conversation right before we went to break, and we were you all right? God bless you.
Yes,
and we were talking about driving while black. That is a real deal thing, man. I've witnessed it. I've been victim of it. I know many that has, and my crew is pretty educated, man, and we've all gone through it. So
have I.
See, that's my point. So how do we fix that, man? I mean, I know where it comes from. It comes from hate, but how do we fix that, though?
Once you get stopped, just do exactly what you're supposed to do. And just like I said, make a complaint. If you don't get a citation for something, make a complaint. It'll stop happening.
So do you think if we get a citation, you can make a complaint? Can you make a complaint even though you get the citation? Or will they think that you're doing the complaint because you got the citation?
Right.
But true. Now, they may think that you are, but you still have the right to make a formal complaint.
An educated complaint.
Okay, now can I ask you this?
The right way.
If you
not
get,
Facebook, not Twitter.
Right.
But actually down to the police department with a person that can actually get it to internal affairs.
I have another question. Does that mean it's going to put a dot on your back because now everybody stopped, you know that you made a complaint?
And that's why I say that's the next step. If you continue to get harassed
that's what I
thought. After you make a complaint, continue to make another complaint. And get your lawyer. And say, okay, I made a complaint. Now I'm being targeted. So you have to use the system in order to correct the system.
Right, what I like what he said, Shay, and I heard you say, yeah, see, I'm right. No, what he's saying is, yes, even when that happens, there's a process that you still have to do because we have to stop this. Not to say it's a target on my back, so why do it? Okay, that's not changing anything. What he's telling us in the process of what he's saying can help change what's going on right now.
I get that. But in the case of Eric Garner, correct? Up there with the cigarettes, he had been over and over again filed complaints against the police officer, and he still lost his life because here he go again with a cigarette that he's selling, a little cigarette like everybody used to back in the day, sell a cigarette. I mean, it wasn't legal then either, but he was getting harassed. And what happened? He built his case. He dead now. What? The more things have to happen. We've got to stand up.
And that's the thing. See, our black leaders, if they don't come in and respond to, hey, this community is having a problem, okay, with the police. So we need to have a community meeting with the police and the community. The more we start having these talks with the police and the community, then we get back to community policing.
Gotcha.
Which means
policing. There you go.
You got to walk these streets to get to know these people, the businessmen, all right? And you'll also get a chance to see those ones that are out here really destroying the neighborhood.
How do we get away from that, man? It used to be like that. I'm talking like 20 years ago. That's not a long time ago.
It used to be where a community raises a child. But as we've gotten older and they've taken Christ out of the church, Christ out of the school, Christ out of everything, even out of the buildings that the courts are in, once you start taking God out of those, then you remove all of that. And all this other stuff comes in. You've got parents now that would jump on the teacher because the child.
Right. Set them up for failure.
Thank you. All right, because now the child is looking at the parent and saying, okay, well, my mom will come in here and beat you behind. But now when that parent says, oh, hold up, this is a grown woman or this is a grown man and he's trying to teach you something, you're doing something you're not supposed to do. So now we're going to have a meeting of the mind to see where I'm wrong or where you're wrong.
Right.
And we're going to go from there. Okay? And it's like I say, the parents are getting younger. The kids, and you have to listen to just the system itself. The system has built itself around taking all the power from the parent, from the teachers, even from the police officers now. Because parents, you can't discipline your children. Children, you can call the police on your parents. What happened? Okay? So now if you take the power of the people that are in charge away and give the power to the ones that you're supposed to be bringing up, you don't have any authority.
Yeah, that's definitely the problem, boss.
And it's definitely changing.
If your kid gets in trouble and you don't correct the kid, they'll put you in jail. But you're saying, look, I'm using every means necessary to me. Well, how are you gonna sit and fault me if I'm using every means necessary to correct my kids? And the first thing they say is, okay, throw them in juvenile. All right?
Setting them
up. Now they're learning worse stuff than they had. Then they want to send them back to your house.
With the bad habits and all the work stuff.
Okay? But as you said, we've got so many single-parent homes that we don't have the male in the home because the males are locked up for child support, locked up for domestic violence, locked up for simple traffic stops. So who's there? And then the mom, instead of her trying to take care of it, she'll go look at TV. Go play your PlayStation. And that's all they do.
Yeah.
There's no one-on-one communication with the child and the parent. There's none of that anymore. There's not none of that community thing. Okay, well, listen, I'm going here for a minute. Miss Johnson's going to be watching you. Don't let nobody in my house. Don't you go out my house.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what's missing.
I'll call it the Matrix, man. The Matrix is real. Once you get those kids in that Matrix, it's hard for them to get out. When I say the Matrix, I'm talking about the system. And the system starts way before they actually get locked up.
See, we had a community, though.
It's now where even the educational system, they come out and they tally as the educational reading part. Because if a child doesn't read, that means he's going to get to a point to where he doesn't comprehend, he doesn't understand, and he's going to jail. Because it's like, if you don't understand the rules and regulations, you don't comprehend them, then that means you're going to not follow them, make your own rules and regulations, and you're going to end up in incarceration.
And I really feel I wish we could get back to community, because I know when we were coming along, I was afraid, and I want to say for real, afraid to do anything that I did not in my neighborhood. If I was going to do some dirt, it was definitely 10 blocks away.
That's
because
it? Is this it? Just 10 blocks?
Just 10. But because doing
she
anything.
Had to get home before the street lights came on.
Right. First of all, you had to be home before the street lights was on. Second of all, Miss Mary across the street saw you when you came around the side, and if you was trying to go kiss a boy or you was trying to sneak out, she was sitting right there on her porch watching you. Or the lady down the street, or the lady next door. So everywhere you went, somebody saw, okay, Miss Smash, I saw her doing it. You go around the corner. Everybody knew your parents, and they came and told. And we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have that call. They look in the phone book.
They still made that phone call to your parents.
Right. They look in the phone book, look up the last name, find the street, and they called your parents.
Or they came to your house.
Or they came to the house.
With them dirty house shoes on,
right.
the ashy ankles.
And said, your daughter was down there with this so-and-so.
With her little fast self.
With her little fast, she was down there. Or she did something in school.
Here's the difference, though. Your parent didn't say, "Oh, no, not my daughter."
Right.
And she'll say, "Oh, Miss Mary, I appreciate you. I'm gonna take care of that. Thank you, Miss Mary."
And believe me,
you like
won't
a piece
be
of cake,
back.
MissAry. And then when Miss Mary left, you got your butt toe up.
And if Miss Mary didn't do it for you, if it was gonna take your mama too long to get home, if she knew my daddy didn't get home till 8 o'clock,
it's just how close they were to you.
And we did something at noon. Miss Mary came across the street, swapped your little butt, and then said she was gonna tell your mama on you.
Well,
That's right, and you get another one.
Well, Mr. Officer, I appreciate you for chiming in and doing your thing.
You know what? You told me I can't do nothing.
You told Shay exactly what she needed to hear. I appreciate it.
Everything just dry.
Thank you. Thank you for summing that up. And again, definitely tune in. I appreciate you for chiming in and sharing all that with everybody because you did a good job, and I appreciate you.
And thank you
so
Jay.
much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What an amazing job. Let me tell you.
C. Davis.
Yes, sir.
After hearing all that, what's your thoughts?
I still think this is the fruit of the problem. The root of the problem is hatred from one demographic to another. Once we fix that problem, I think then we'll have better days, man. And I don't understand why the hatred is so serious towards black males specifically, brother. And I know it's a lot of them out there. I know some knuckleheads out there it's misrepresenting us.
On both sides.
Yeah, on both sides.
On both sides.
But we have to do better, man. We have to be able to. We have to show some new heroes to these young brothers because apparently they don't have it in the household no more. Okay. You know, my father was in the house. We had a couple fathers in the neighborhood that showed us how it's supposed to be done. We had heroes, black heroes, male heroes on television. We have James Evans. We had George Jefferson. We had some fathers. We had Bill Cosby before all this craziness. We had fathers. We had black men that were being perceived in good light. You name one show nowadays that shows a black man being perceived in good light.
I agree with you. It's not as many, but
Empire.
No.
Are you serious?
No, I'm going down my list. I'm trying to think of the show.
Shay,
keep
pay
on.
attention.
Keep on.
Shay.
We'll get back to
Shay,
it.
pay attention.
Oh, sorry.
I got to do a wrap up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want some other.
I was trying to think of shows.
Bring it back and help the community.
Okay.
What you doing ain't helping nothing.
All right, well, what I want to say is I want to congratulate you, Jay, because this was strong topic.
I mean,
it was a strong topic, and it was a hard topic.
Yeah, it was.
And it's something that needed to be dealt with, and it's different from our normal show of relationships and love and all of that, but it is about relationships.
Yeah.
It's about making strong relationships with our youth so that they are not another statistic on the ground.
You got it. Tongue got a little heavy, though.
Yeah,
Go
got
ahead.
a little toe up. And the thing is, we would think that in 2015 we would not have the racism that's still going on not only a black man, black woman, white woman. It doesn't matter. Latino, it's all the same.
I think bros get a little more heat though, but we're gonna talk about that next week.
I agree. But I want to congratulate you on this hard topic that you chose to share, and I hope.
I'm definitely gonna say thank you. Because, again, that was a kind word. And, again, the reason I brung it because I felt compelled to. Because, again, talking on relationships, that's what we normally do. But, again, it's a relationship with our children. And I feel like we're doing so much outside the home and working 2 jobs. And everybody got so much on their plate. It's time that we have to get that sit down. And if I have to do it on the show to help show parents that we need to bring it back as a community, then that's what I do. I'll stop all what I'm doing to show that we do care. Here, Love 860, we do care. The Jay and Shay Show cares about our youth.
We definitely care. And
we're out there and we're doing what we can. So call in, be a part, because we're trying to make change. And that's why we started this, and that's why we do this.
And I want to give a shout out to my baby girl who will be 23
Lexi.
tomorrow. Our baby girl.
23.
Lexi.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lexi, baby.
Now, I know she's going to be like, really? Did y'all just say baby? That is a grown woman.
She grown.
But you know something? You always going to be your mama's baby. But I'm going to say, happy birthday, young lady.
Lexi!
Don't listen to C. Davis.
See
He a
you
comedian.
next week. Love you guys. Talking Real with Jay and Shay. We'll be back next week with another great topic on Love 860. Have a good one.
Good night.
Well, that's a wrap. And Jay lost again. Get more Talking Real on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow the Jay and